Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today we are once again up at our solar power shed. We're going to be finishing up the interior wall and ceiling coverings. We've got our big 48-panel solar array completed. Now it's time to get the electrical installed in the power shed. And to do that, we got to finish this out. So let's do this. Let's start off by going in the shed section and seeing what kind of materials we're going to be using today. I've got this casing material. It's pre-painted white. I've got one 8-foot section and four 12-foot sections. That should get the base done and the door casing done. And I've also got quarter round right here, pre-painted white quarter round. I got some square trim right here, and I got some thin strips for the top ceiling panels. Hopefully I got enough materials here. Let's go over inside the power section and see what we've got in here. Let's see, I got some gap filler for around the door. I got some caulk. I did get a blend-to-fill pencil, white pencil, and some hole filler from DAP. Of course, we have our brad nailer and some ceiling paint and everything. So we're going to start off today by going around the door facing, get that trimmed out. And then I think we'll do the bottom trim all the way around. And then once we got that, we'll do the top trim, the ceiling panels, and then eventually get the corners. Sounds like a plan. First thing I need to do before I get the trim up is put some of this great stuff, triple expanding foam, in the gaps around the door facing. So I gotta go all the way up there, around here. You can actually see sunlight right through there. See that right there? And on the back side, there's not really much of a gap at all right in here, but I do have some at the very, very bottom. I think I can see a little bit of sunlight right through there. So let me get this can set up and we'll get to spraying. Got it all set up. Let's go ahead and start right here. There we go. Fill that up. Ooh, don't go up too far. Oh boy, it's kind of sticking out a little bit. I'll cut the excess off when it dries. There we are. Keep going. Sorry about the light there. Oh, out. All righty. Ooh, look at that. Sticking out everywhere. I'll have to get the top now. Let's see. All righty. All right. Nasty, nasty stuff. Once that dries, I'll be able to cut all the excess. Boy, it expands, doesn't it? All right, let's see if I can get a little bit down in this hole right here. There we are. Oops, right there some. All right. That should do that. While this foam is continuing to expand and dry, I'm going to take some measurements so we can start making our first cuts on the door facing. First two pieces I need to cut for either side of the door need to be 85 1/4. 85 1/4, actually just under 85 1/4. Move that down right there. 85 1/4. All right. Let's see. 85 1/4. All right, let's go ahead and get this cut. All right. like a glove. Oh yeah, like a glove. That one right there. First one I cut. Like a glove. Perfect. Before I can get my angle cut for this top piece, I gotta see if this is dry and get this cut out. Oh yeah, it is dry enough to cut. Let me get a razor knife. Get this cut. Oh yeah, perfectly. Like a champ. Actually, just, inside's still a little sticky. All right, not too bad there. Still a little sticky, a little tacky, but it did fill in perfectly. Come here, get a little closer look. All right, we can see that filled very nicely. And there's the little wedges that on the door facing. I think I'm gonna use my pocket knife and probably get a smoother cut. I got a lot to cut right there. We'll see how that goes. Oh yeah. All right, let me go ahead and get the rest of that cut on that side, and we'll get that top piece cut for the angle. Now, I need to put these boards up here and see where the corner is. I'm gonna cut that diagonally across there. That should be good. And do the same thing to this one. Get it right up there, all the way up. Mark it right there. All right, that's got to go. And I'll cut the top board after I get these cut right there. All right, that's got to go away. So now, looks pretty good. Let's get the other one. All right, same thing with this one. Make sure it's all the way. There we go. I'll have to take that marker off there. See if I can get this. There we are. I gotta get that pencil mark off there. So I measured the bottom side, 37 3/8, marked that. I've got my angle, got my square, everything is square here. So let me mark this one. Nice and straight. So now I should be able to cut my top board. Cut this one. So I can do it like this. All right, let's go see if it worked. Up in the hole right there, even on both ends, it is. Hammer in place. That. Okay, that looks wonderful. Let's see how it angle is. Again, these are skill saw cuts. Oh my gosh, that looks perfect right there. I got a little caulk to put in right there. I ain't too worried about that. Let's see how this one is. All right. Oh my gosh, that one's perfect. That one is, oh my gosh. I can't beat that. That is amazing right there. Now that we got that where we want it, I can go ahead and put some nails in. All righty. That is good. Put some in the center. Nice. Let's see if I can get one behind the door over here. Let's see, where'd I do it on that one? Right towards there. I like to get it symmetrical. And that one was right there. Alrighty. That looks pretty good. I think that should hold it. Looks like that's about as good as it's gonna get right there. Let's see if I can get that to go in. There we are. Get this one all the way in. Here. All the way over. Let's see right here. Alrighty, that looks pretty good. We'll need a little bit of caulk, but not too bad. This one I know fits a lot better. Get it up in the groove here. There we are. Fits a lot better. Let me get it up there. Oh yeah, look at that. Right there. Perfect. And here. Perfect. I could not ask for better than that. I mean, that's a hand cut with a skill saw. I'm not too, a little bit of gap right here. Again, I'll fill that with caulk and get the nail holes. Look, I mean, that all the way down. That one looks perfect. Come over here, check this one out. I do got a little gap right there. My angle was off just a hair, but I'm pretty happy with that. Again, I'll just caulk that up and all the way down. Well, that looks good. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is get the long runs on the bottom side, get those done. Then I'll be able to get the small pieces there, and then we can work on the top around, and then I'll get the corner pieces. From here on out, the cut should be pretty easy. I don't have to make any more of these crazy miter cuts right there. Now, once I get that done, I'll come back in and fill in all the gaps with caulk and get the nail holes filled up. And actually, I noticed out here on the outside of the door facing, these nail holes never been filled. And also, you can see there's a pretty good gap right there. I'll get some caulk in that. I didn't put that door facing on, but we will get that fixed, get this look prettied up, and then we'll for the next thing, we'll get the mini split put in and get the batteries, the inverters, get the inverters mounted, get an electrical panel, and then start wiring it all up to that big old solar panel out there. Woohoo! righty, let's see what it looks like. What? This looks amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. See, I got these little strips across here for the top. I got the square there. I got quarter round right here. I got the base shoe, or base trim, I mean. And of course we cased out the door. You saw that already. And so now all I gotta do, a little echo in here, whoa, 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 is get some caulk, get some nail hole filler, a little bit of paint. You guys remember I scratched this when it was stored inside the power tool side, or the tool shed side. You can see this stuff is real thin, so it did create a couple little loops right there. I'll get caulk and fill that in. But man, I'm telling you guys, I mean, this almost looks like a finished room in a house or something. This is just a power shed. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the caulk, the nail hole filler, and the paint, and I'll bring you along for a little bit of that, and then we'll see what the final result looks like. So stick around. Time for the final stages. Get some caulk in the major gaps. I ain't too worried about making it super, super pretty, but I do want it to look nice. Get that in the crack right there. There we are. Get that wiped off. Much better, much better. Get this filled up. Ooh, big one, big gap right there. Oops, missed. There we go. Oh man, I got a lot out there, didn't I? I got a lot. See if I can get that up without making a mess on the floor. Oh my goodness, I got way too much. Way too much. Clean it up, Tim, clean it up. I'm going to have to get me a little screwdriver or something to get the bottom of that. I don't want that under there. This one. Smooth out. Oops. That's what I got a wet washcloth for, is to get all that excess off. Not a problem, not a problem. Big crack, big crack. Nice. Get this over here. All right, get that cleaned up. Let me go ahead and get the rest of the caulking done, and then we'll come back for nail holes. Well, alrighty then. That turned out beautifully. I mean, you can't see any of those black gaps anymore on those seams. Of course, I've got damage right there where I damaged the panel, but I'm hoping that paint will take care of that. So you can see, yeah guys, that turned out really, really nice. Even around the bottoms, I got all the gaps filled down there all the way around. I mean, it looks like a house, doesn't it? You know, this beadboard and everything. So now I'm going to be using this nail hole filler and this blend a fill pencil, white, so that I can fill in all those areas. And then I do have this white ceiling paint. I'm going to paint like right here where the paint came off right there. Paint that little seam right there and get all these nail holes whitened up as best as possible. I'm excited, guys. This is the final step. We're almost there. It's looking good. Start off with this pencil here, see if it fills that. I don't know if that's gonna work. Yeah. I mean, it kind of does. Kind of fills it. I don't think I'm too. I'm not too happy with this. Let's try this nail hole filler instead. See how it does. All right, let's see. Get a little bit put in there. It goes on purple. Goes on purple and dries white. Start getting some of that in there. Just make sure you can see what I'm doing. And you just wipe it off when you're done. All right, let me go ahead and get all these thousands of nail holes done, and then I'll get a little paint on there and show you the end result. Come on. Ooh, that took a while to get every single nail hole, some of the purple stuff on it, all the way, everywhere. Baseboards, door facing, all the way, everywhere has got some pink stuff. So I'm gonna let that dry, come back, wipe it down, and then add a little touch of paint. So next time you see me, all of this should be white. I am done with the painting. Everything is white, bright white, very, very bright white. Check this out, guys. We've got the EG4 server rack batteries. Sorry for the echo, but look at the trim and all of the prettiness. You don't see the black line there anymore. You don't see the nail holes in the ceiling. You got the strip right there. I mean, I've got a few scuffs on the wall, but again, this is a battery shed, power shed. Do have to clean the floor up a little bit more, but look behind here. Even that big giant scuff mark that was up there, I got that painted. Of course, it don't look that great, but look at this, guys. Look at this. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. What do y'all think? You see any problems? So I think I'm going to go back similar to what I originally planned. This is going to be a sneak peek. We'll have the server rack batteries right there. I may push them off to the left a little bit. Do these 3 inverters, 1, 2, 3. Put the 200 amp panel right there. That way I can go out right here and go over to the house. The solar will come in and go right here also and come up. That way everything comes right here. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. We'll have the mini split right here, and I can have storage and shelving back over here. And then the condenser unit will be back behind here. I think that is what we need to do. Look at this, guys. Super, super happy. Hopefully you think I did a decent job for a power shed. If you like today's video, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. Like, share, and subscribe. It's always 100% free. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified anytime a new video comes out on one of my channels. So make sure you come back, because next thing, we'll have lights in here. We're going to put some lights. We're going to get some mini split. We're going to get some lights over in the tool section. Lots to do here on the Ridge. So until next time, hope everyone has a blessed day, and go Ridge Life. Woo!